We all stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, nation under God, justice for all. Heavenly Father, we come before you with grateful hearts and ask for your grace and guidance as we gather for this council meeting. Grant us wisdom, patience, and unity as we consider the matters before us. Help each of us serve with integrity, humility, and a genuine commitment to the well-being of our community. Give a clear line, respectful words, and then courage to make those decisions to promote safety, opportunity, and a better quality of life for all our residents. We ask your blessing on our city employees, first responders, volunteers, local businesses, and every family in our community. Keep them safe and strengthen us as we work together for the good of Carlisle. In your name of Jesus, we pray. All right, let's just call roll, please.
Chris Davison.
Here.
Andrew Silverman.
Here.
Ann Anderson.
Here.
Ferris McLean.
Here.
Ray Evans. Mayor Platt.
Here. On our agenda, if you picked one up, we have a guest to speak, and all guests, Jerry's the only guest we have, but I'm asking all in attendance to refrain from any comments during the actual council meeting. We will give everybody an opportunity to speak whatever they want to discuss at the end of our meeting, and they will be recognized at that time. Guests are refrained to speak only for 5 minutes, and then we will be able to keep things at a even keel. Gary?
City Attorney Mike Stewart, you stated to the AG office after David Walters changed my water meter, the new meter did not show any substantial change. That's incorrect. It dropped 3,000 usage. You also stated that I was incorrect for saying my meter was rounded up. It was rounded up. David Walters said it was rounded up, said he would straighten it out, but he never did. Mayor John Plaskin, I'd like to know what you're going to do with the city superintendent David Walters that threatened me over me contacting the AG of my out of control water usage, saying you're not overcharged. You're saying you're not overcharging for water rates, but when I asked how you figured the water rates, and I sent you an FOI request, you never provided me with that information, which is a Class C misdemeanor. I would also like to know who the satellite company is that you use for an excuse for this out of control usage. David Walker, don't believe you're here tonight. I talked with Roy Bartley on August the 12th about my meter at 214 Park Street. I was telling Roy about the 2,000 usage that I just got charged for. Normally I use 1,000. I told Roy the water department said the meter was being read by satellite. Roy said it wasn't. He would check into that, but I hadn't heard back from him yet. But he would check on it. Also, before you say I have a leak, I did 11-hour study on that meter, and the numbers never moved. When I spoke last month, a city council member said he would check into this situation. Andrew Silverman, do you have any answers? I expect some answers. You may think I'll just go away, but until I get some answers, I'm coming back. Thank y'all.
Well, it's still good.
Got 3 minutes left, so let him, you want to address that at the time.
It's being addressed in the memo as far as having answers. Unfortunately, I do not. I mean,
And look, you hadn't had time to look into it yet. Is that what you're saying?
I wouldn't say I didn't have time. I mean, I got other items that I've got to address, so I apologize.
But you can, I know. You can check with me later, but
no, that's fine. I think I don't have clarity on, I guess, what is it that you
I'll give you a packet. Where's your packet? It's got all the overcharge. You can see where my normal is. And then when I got charged, whenever I was down, and then he threatened me, it went from 10,000. He wouldn't answer his phone. The next month it went to 13,000, and they still wouldn't answer his phone. And after he answered his phone, and John, you and I, another person, met one day in this office in here, And it's funny how my usage went down 3,000 to 3,000 usage. It went down 10,000 usage after that meeting you and I and D2 had. Explain that.
I don't have any explanation.
I know.
So you feel like your meter reading is still inaccurate? You still feel
What
like
would you think with what I just said? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know.
What are the dates that you're talking about?
I don't have them in front of me, but you have them.
No, I don't. I would have had to have gotten those from
You
the
got a
water
packet
department.
too, you got a packet also. I'm not gonna sit here and argue over it. We'll straighten it up sometime.
I'm not arguing, Jerry. I'm just
It
asking a
sounds to me
question.
like nobody looked at this is what it sounds to me like. But anyway, go ahead with your meeting.
So you're yielding your time. You still got a minute 30.
I said all I need to say. Oh, one more thing. I do have one more thing. Do I have to come in this office to be on the agenda next month over this, or
Every week,
all right, I can't do
every
it
month,
right now?
every month.
All right,
Anybody that wants to be on the council agenda as a guest
I'll
speaker,
see you this week.
they have to let us know a week in advance. That's
I'll
correct.
see you. I'll come in and get on the agenda. Maybe we'll have some answers next month.
All right. We have a vacancy for Ward 1, Position 2. Caleb Swears resigned that position, and I'd like to read his resignation letter for us to continue with that. Dear Mayor Plafkin, I'm writing to formally resign from my position as mayor, as a member of the Carlisle City Council, effective August 5th, 2026. It has been an honor to serve this community, and I appreciate the opportunity to contribute to the betterment of the city of Carlisle. Due to personal circumstances, I must step down from my role. I am grateful for the experiences I have gained and the relationships I have built during my time on the council. Please let me know if there's any further information or assistance needed from my end to facilitate the transition. I wish the council and community continued success in all future endeavors. Thank you for your understanding. Sincerely, Caleb Swears. And according to position of the council vacancy must be filled by action of the city council for an unexpired balance of the term, which would end December 31st of this year. Several Ward 1 residents have expressed a willingness to serve and to be appointed to that position. To treat all interested and qualified residents fairly, the council has received each candidate's statement of interest, that they are aware of the same qualifications for every candidate. The council will make an appointment by a public recorded vote. No appointment has been made before this meeting.
Do we need to make a motion to accept the resignation and vote?
yes?
Thank you. I'll make a motion we accept Caleb's resignation from Ward 1 of the City Council.
I say
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
So the controlling Arkansas statutes that we're following for a council member ceasing to reside in a ward, if a duly elected council member, this is Arkansas statute ACA annotation 14-43-310. If a duly elected council member ceases to reside in the ward from which he or she was elected, that member is disqualified from holding the office. So this establishes the Ward 1 vacancy, and the member ceases residence in Ward 1. I believe he's moved to Ward 3 now. Also, Arkansas ACA 14-43-411, a council member vacancy in mayor council form. The council fills the vacancy at the first regular meeting after the vacancy occurs. So his letter is dated August the 5th, and this is the first meeting we've had since that occurrence. Vacancies in municipal offices, ACA 14-42-103. This statute provides general requirements for municipal appointments that state law authorizes a governing body to make. It reinforces the public governing body appointment process. And in ACA 25-19-106, council meetings are open to the public unless a lawful exception applies. Executive session is permitted to be considered to consider the appointment of a public officer. Okay, I have got 6 applicants that we received, applications that we received for this vacancy. And I would like to, I think I see most everybody here. I believe we may not have 2 here. But we have, I put these in alphabetical order. So if y'all got do you have everyone that submitted a application, statement of interest, do you have your letter with you by any chance? I was going to have you read your qualifications. If you don't, I've got those here. Shinquetta, or there you are. B. Shinquetta Behrman, you go first. If you would speak to the audience and give your reasoning that you want to become a councilman for Ward 1 position 2.
Sure. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Shinquetta Berryman. I'm sorry about my get up. I'm getting ready to go to the game support city. But when I moved here at the age of 8 into Carlisle, I felt like this is home. And so I've been coming to some of the council meetings, and I love to be able to support our team and our hometown. And so if I can be a voice for our ward or anyone in the city, I'd love to be exactly that. That's basically what I summarized from what I said in my statement. And so I'd love to. I'm also running. I'm on the ballot for this election as well. So I appreciate y'all's votes.
The state law also provides that anyone running for another position in that ward can also, it's not precluded from submitting their letter of interest for this statement as well, for this position. So anyway, thank you, Shinquetta. I have Tanya Heifel. You are next on the list.
Well,
Would you stand up and
since Miss Shanquetta is on the ballot, I would feel very comfortable. I don't see Bill here. Just throwing my support behind Miss Shanquetta. So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
for this, finishing out this term?
yes.
Miss Tina Hillman, would you like to address the council, please?
I didn't send all my things in. I'm going to give it to you when I'm finished, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. I get nervous, y'all, so I'm gonna leave this here and face this way. Good evening, Mayor Plack and council members and concerned citizens. My name is Tina Hillman, and I'm an engaged resident of Carlisle, Arkansas. Our family is a 7th generation farm family and has contributed on many levels to the betterment of our town. Having a degree in early childhood education from UCA, I was able to use my degree to help start and teach in the Carlisle ABC pre-K program. I'm currently the director of Shelby Senior Food Pantry, which is in its 9th year, and it's a nonprofit that serves over 100 households of Carlisle senior citizens. I have lived, shopped, and volunteered in our rural town for over 24 years. I care deeply about the future of our town and its citizens. My goal is to support our community during this brief transition. I'm ready to jump in day one and do the work needed to help finish ongoing projects, especially the Fun Park grant. While working as a pre-K teacher, I secured a large grant that built a new playground from the ground up. The experience gave me lessons on navigating complex state, federal, and private funding systems. It demonstrates my proven ability to manage strict compliance, vendor logistics, and large budgets. My experience with government paperwork means I understand municipal mechanics of today. I'm a dedicated resident with a track record of delivering tangible results for our community. And one example of this was several years ago after the devastation of heavy winds that tore down many trees, damaged homes, cars, and streets. I wrote and secured a grant that cut down trees, debris, and damage to over 15 households. I also was able to secure supplies and emergency kits for our community. I would like to organize and help run a volunteer hour system for Carlisle High School students that are required under Governor Sanders to have 75 hours by graduation. There are many places to volunteer in Carlisle, and a council school liaison would be able to connect students to those opportunities. As part of this system, I think it would be beneficial for the students to come to a meeting of the city council and see the dynamics so the students can make a more informed voting decision by understanding how our city government works. I'm driven by service, period, as my proven by my hands-on work for schools and communities. In a brief 4-month term, you need someone that executes efficiently, that can partner seamlessly with the current council members, mayor, staff, and city employees to ensure a stable, reliable leadership. And I know I am that choice. Thank you for your time, your service, and your trust. I would be deeply appreciative of your vote to serve in a new capacity in the town that I love. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I failed to. I was going to give the council time to ask each applicant a question, if they would like, but while they were standing up there in Chinquetta. I'm going to ask you to come back up and ask the council if they'd like to ask any questions for the council before why you're wanting to serve out that remainder of the term. I didn't know if the council had any questions per se, or no? Nope. Okay, thank you. That's it. I just want to make sure I get this right. Okay. Tanya, you're foregoing your application, so you're good. Miss Tina, do y'all have any questions for Tina? Anything? Okay. All right. Thank you. Our next person is Michelle James. Would you step forward, please, sir?
Good evening, everyone. I'm expressing interest in filling this vacancy for the unexpired term for Carlisle City Council. Carlisle has been my home for more than 39 years, and I currently reside in Ward 1. I care deeply about the future of our city and would be honored to serve as a voice for the residents of my ward and the Carlisle community. I believe Carlisle has a strong foundation and tremendous potential. To continue moving forward, we need clear goals, strong communication, accountability, and a shared vision for what we want our community to become. I want to be a part of bringing people together, identifying our priorities, and turning those priorities into measurable results. Professionally, I have more than 20 years of experience in retail management and leadership. Throughout my career, I have successfully managed high-volume, multi-million-dollar operations. That experience has taught me the importance of developing people, managing budgets responsibly, controlling expenses, preventing loss, setting expectations, and holding myself and others accountable for the results. I understand that serving on the city council is different from running a business, but many of the principles of effective leadership remain the same. You listen to people, understand the facts, use your resources responsibly, make difficult decisions when necessary, and always remain accountable to those you serve. If selected to fill the Ward 1 vacancy, I would bring a collaborative, result-oriented approach to the council. I would listen to the concerns of our residents, work respectfully with fellow council members and city leadership, and focus on decisions that strengthen Carlisle for both today's residents and our future generation. After more than 39 years in this community, Carlisle is more than where I live, it's my home. I would appreciate the opportunity to give back through public service and help build upon the great foundation our community already has. Thank you all for your consideration. I'll be honored to fill the seat for 4 months. Since
Thank you. Y'all have any questions for?
Yes, sir.
No, it's okay. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Our next, applicant was Billy Ricks. Is he here? I didn't see him.
He had a previous engagement.
He had a previous, okay. All right. Should I read what he wrote? I will read what he wrote, just so that everyone knows, and we can give him the opportunity to have that. Mr. Mayor and City Council members, I'm officially requesting consideration to fill the vacancy of Ward 1, Position 2 of the City of Carlisle Council. I apologize for my absence. With the short notice of 24 hours, it was necessary for me to honor previous obligations. I believe that my civic involvement in various areas of city life would translate well into service on the council. These areas of involvement range from volunteering with youth in Boy Scouts and Bison Band boosters to starting and overseeing Mission of Hope, now Mission of Hope of Living Food Pantry and Thrift Store. This includes involvement in personal issues, finance, assisting with grant requests, and organizational management and dealing with public. Thank you for your time and consideration. Bill Ricks. And then we have Tammy Lynn Wilson. Would you like to address this council?
So I'm on here, since Chiquetta is on the ballot for the next election. I support her.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So we need to make a motion, correct?
Yes.
I move that the city council enter into executive session, pursuant to Arkansas Code, number 25-19-106, to consider the appointment of an individual public officer to fill Ward 1, position 2, council vacancy.
That being said, we'll need to vote. Need a second.
Second. Go ahead first.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson, Ferris McCain,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
That being said, we'll have to have y'all vacate the room, please. Be about. I'll request for that motion.
All right, we're up. Right here.
So it's breathing up all the air. That's why.
I thought they run us out so they get it cooled up.
No.
I'm just making.
Is that it? That's it, yeah. It was red and it's now green. It's kind of dim.
Well, I just put it on.
I was like, she's like.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, thank you for your patience with the council. Hello?
Yeah, Mary.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Mary, we're going back into general session. Okay.
Y'all need to vote to come back out if you hadn't already done it.
Need a motion to come back out of executive session in second.
Make a motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson. Yes. Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Ray Edelman.
Oh, sorry.
She said
Go ahead, Mayor.
Say yes again.
What? Oh, yes, sorry.
That's my fault. I didn't have you speak. Sorry.
We need to get a result, as far as who would, take this candidacy over, and I'm gonna let somebody make a motion of submitting that name.
Okay, I moved that Tina Hillman, a qualified elector and resident of Ward One at the time of this vacancy, be elected to fill the vacant Ward One, position 2 for the remainder of the unexpired term ending when the successor elected in the November 3rd, 2026 general election is certified and qualified.
Need a second.
Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson. Yes. Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Tina, we need to get you sworn in so we can continue with our meeting.
I didn't hear what you said.
You are a new council member, and you will be sworn in at this point, and will continue with our meeting.
You didn't know it was gonna be that.
Next available meeting, and this is it. So you're it, Dale. Madam Councilman.
Repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Tina Hillman,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Arkansas,
and the Constitution of the State of Arkansas,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of City Council Member
of the office of City Council Member
in and for the City of Carlisle,
in and for the City of Carlisle,
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter. I can't believe you have that
Congratulations.
memorized. Thank you all, and to the other people that were running, I know anybody would have been great, and I'm so excited people stepped up. That's amazing.
That was really
Yeah,
an awesome.
I'm so
awesome.
excited about that.
Alright.
With
Need more folks like you all, stepping forward and doing that. Yeah, we had 24 hours done.
That's great, yeah.
Thank you.
You're next.
I
and
get to
then
get
it
my
goes to
use?
CC.
You're right on the hand.
I'm on now.
Okay.
Is this your pen?
Nope, that's on the.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
Do you have a packet? Does she have a packet?
Can I have that extra pen? I left my purse and stuff back there. I didn't thank you first. Okay.
Okay, that was item 1 after 40 minutes there. So maybe items 2 through 11 might not go quite as easily, but anyway, we'll see. Item 2 of our minutes, approval of January 26, 2026 minutes in the financial report.
July.
Oh, did I say July?
You said January.
July 2026 financial report and minutes. Okay.
Make a motion to approve the July 2026 financial report.
Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson. Yes. Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman.
I abstained because I haven't seen the report.
Okay, Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Do we have any old business?
A little bit. We talked in the work session about a piece of property, fairly close to the, shop building, that we could, secure an interest in. And if the council's okay with it, then I'll proceed.
We need to make a motion.
Yeah.
Need a motion
Make a
on that.
motion to authorize me to continue trying to obtain that property.
Can I ask where the property is and the address and what you're obtaining it for?
This is a property that's located on Francis Street? Lily. It's on Lily Street, just
Okay.
due
East Lily.
south of the East Lily. That's due south of the city maintenance facility right there behind the Bank of, Carlisle, what is it? Citizens?
Yeah.
Bank of England, yeah, back there. And this property lies behind that. It has been vacant for many years. It's always continually in misrepair, needs mowing. There's an old trailer on there that, is deteriorated, is a hazard. And based on the, ordinance, what's 246, I think it is. We can condemn that property, but we're not condemning it. We are actually going to get part ownership in that property based on us redeeming the taxes that are owed on the property.
So you're going to purchase it for taxes owed,
That's right.
and it will be owned by the city?
Partially owned.
And who else will partially own it?
Costin, Richie Costin, is the
Oh, Crossan.
Crossin.
Okay, thank you.
And if you need to know, it's section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, lot 4 through lot 0, block 4 through 7.
Okay, I'm gonna listen now. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna make a motion that we allow Attorney Stewart to pursue with acquiring that property.
What's the address on it again? John, is it 101 East Little, something like that?
Where do I see that?
I tell you the lot description.
Yeah, did you, I know Ms. Cena had asked what our, planned use was for, did we state that yet?
Yeah, basically right now we have, gravel, other things stored on a lot. We're going to remove it from that lot. And, so it'll be a place to store, material like gravel and, asphalt or anything else that we may have that'd be close to the.
How much are the back taxes that are owed on it?
$614.71. The lot we have now is, was a lot that we paid rent on annually. It's back behind, where Family Dollar was. So anybody that goes to the city market knows that there's a lot back there with gravel on it. That's the city's lot that we rented for many years. And, this will be a way that we can actually move that lot adjoining our maintenance lot, which will be so much more convenience for the city, municipal services to have access to. And the person we've rented it from in the past does not own that anymore. Randy Phillips owns that property, and they are wanting to take that property over, of course, and use it for their new, the restaurant they put in and some other stuff, parking. So, we kind of being forced out, maybe not really, but, it's convenience for us to be able to do that. Did we get the vote
We
yet?
have a motion.
We got a motion. We need a second. Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson.
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Mary Edelman,
Yes.
Tina.
Yes.
Anyone on business? Move on to new business. Anybody got anything they need to bring up? Not hearing anything. We'll move to item 5, airport. We have the new, airport manager here, Robbie Staten. Would like to address the council and discuss, the new terminal going in and some other items that we may need to look into.
Thank you. I don't know if I'm supposed to be speaking to y'all or.
Well, you can speak, get up close to,
Right here.
I know, but you have to get up close to the microphone so people, on the live stream can hear you. You don't have to face that, just face that direction.
All right. Just wanted to introduce myself, Robbie Staten. Lived my whole life here around Carlisle. The new airport manager, and I just wanted to give a little brief update of what's going on at the airport and lead into what I'm here for. Like I said, I thank everyone for allowing me to speak, and I'll try to be as brief as I can. I've I visit, I'm a pilot, I go to airports all over the United States and everything, and people from this city really needs to realize just what they have in this airport. This is the only airport in Lone County. But as far as airports go, across the United States, I landed a lot of them that it's basically you might can buy some fuel. It might be two little lean-to hangars that they get $100 a piece, and that's their only income. They would love to have what we have here. 20 years ago, this is, I was pilot then, but they were, you had the farm here that's the rent from the farm goes to the airport. And that put Carlisle in a position to be able to reach out for these grants and different things. A lot of these small ones that I mentioned, they're not even able to go get a grant. If someone says, hey, we'll give you $3 million, you come up with 10% of it. They're like, well, we can't even do that. Well, through the guidance of Mr. Bob McCauley, Mr. Larry Pasley, through the years, get with engineers, going through the trouble of doing these different type of grants, we're in a position now that we have enough hangar rent that exceeds the farm rent right now. And, we keep the fuel prices at a conservative, we get a lot of traffic, the taxes, I understand, I think comes toward the city on the fuel and different things. And these other cities that I do see something there that doesn't have a farm, they get their 10% from the city. And I don't think it should be. I mean, airports should be able to stand on its own or it shouldn't be there. And this one is really in that position. We're building a new terminal building this year that went out for bid, and they're in the process. And anyone is welcome. They can call me, come out and tour and see what's going on. I look forward for the opening day or whatever, or open house someday here before long this fall. But that grant come as a 95-5 grant from the federal. And then the 5% actually gets picked up at the end by the state aeronautical. So it's really a free, almost $1 million terminal building being able to put in. The Arkansas Aeronautical, from taxes and different things like aircraft parts and different things, that's where they create their money. They've had money available, and we got the last one of the $500,000 one that is a 90-10. And nobody picks up that 10. We have to pick up the 10, but we got money more than enough to take care of that, to make that stuff happen. The reason I'm here is going back to the federal draw, when we draw money for the terminal, if we get a bill in, we just go through the Delphi, Mississippi, the different ones will go through, they'll do a draw and pay the bill. This Arkansas Aeronautical is a little different animal. You can't draw from it till you reach half. And this other hangar that's going in was about $400,000. Once you reach half, then you can reach out to make that draw, but you can't draw like the federal. They require you to pay the bill and then show a cancel check. And then in 10 days, they flop it over. Talked with Mr. Mike Stewart, and I wasn't involved, but I remember it happening through Larry. He's one of my best friends, that they have to do a short term. We can't do things on our own out there, but through the city, a short term loan, line of credit, in about 10 days it comes back. And that would, the engineer thinks that probably in 2 or 3 weeks we're probably going to get about a $200,000 bill, which means they've already paid for the building. They're pouring concrete next week. The doors should be arrived. They done paid for that. So I've talked with Mike Stewart on this, and I'm gonna let him move forward with that. But we've already got a renter for that building, 5-year lease. It's a new business coming to Carlisle. They're going to do flight training out of there, and they build aircraft. That business is what's going in there.
Can you name the business?
It's Don Adamson from Lono. He had a huge hangar at North Little Rock that he sold, and I'm gonna guess it's a Model 12 aerobatic aircraft. I don't know just what he's gonna call that. It'll either be that or
It's a Donald and Addison?
Don Adamson.
Adamson.
Yes. He said he's already signed a five-year lease. So that's why I'm here, and, you know, if anyone ever wants to come out and look at anything or whatever, feel free to call me. And I'm gonna turn to Mike as far as the procedures for this. I just want it to be out and open to how these grants and stuff work, and this one is kind of a little different one that they won't just move money, they wanna see a canceled check and it comes back. Thank you.
This is something that's been done, I think, for all the hangars out there, pretty well, basically. Just like he said, I think the first hangar was probably closer to 100,000, I think, and it's gotten more each time. But basically what we normally do is the city borrows on under Amendment 78, which allows cities to borrow up to 5 years, up to an amount which is quite a bit higher than what we're asking for. 200,000 would be what we would need on this. And he's exactly right. What happens is you pay the money, and then usually within 10 or 15 days, sometimes maybe a little longer than that, but within that time period, you get reimbursed for it. It's not a big financial windfall for a bank, because you usually have like 10 days worth of interest. Is about what you have. What I would ask that the council do, we don't know, we're not ready for the paperwork, so we don't know who the bank's going to be, but that you would vote to authorize sending out bids for up to $200,000 line of credit to finance the building of a hangar on the Carlisle Airport property. Amendment 78 is something that, give you a little background, used to, the only way that cities could borrow money would be under a bond issue, and you had to have a vote of the people to do that. And it was very expensive to do bond issues. Normally the cost was somewhere around $20,000–$30,000. The legislature decided that cities need to have a way to borrow on a short-term basis. And to do so, what you basically do, you pledge revenues that you've got. That's the security for the bank, is the revenues, and it's financed up to 5 years. Now, in this case, it won't be 5 years; they'd be paid off. But that's what the Amendment 78 says, that you could borrow up to 5 years. Probably Carlisle could. It's really strange the act. It's also based a little bit on what the IRS rules are too. Is that it's based on 5% of the assessed values of properties in Carlisle. That's the maximum you can do. Now, to some degree, I guess, yeah, you get some property taxes out of the property, so it makes a little sense that that's security, but you're not pledging anything other than the future revenues of the city. And again, everyone we've done on this, I think every hangar building out there has been built similar to this, that the cities had to borrow on a short-term basis in order to get, because like he said, normally what happens, you get a bill, you write a check out of the funds you got, and then you submit that to the aeronautical board, Arkansas Aeronautical Board, and then they reimburse you usually within a couple of weeks.
It's already been approved. You know, we got the last lot out of the loan this year, and I think from what I understand, there's not going to be any more next year unless something changes. So we did get the last one. We've got a 6 bay and 5 other 8 bay hangars, and those were about 500,000 a piece till COVID. And I talked to someone the other day from another city that they got a bid on one or $1.5 million now. So we have a waiting list, but that's the reason we went with Arkansas with this. This is not just people renting, putting their plane in. This is the business gonna go in this one. So, and he has 3 employees.
I may have missed it, but what does this obligate the city to as far as interest? So we're borrowing, and then
I'm glad you brought that up. Under Amendment 78, the interest is tax exempt, and that's what usually gets you a lower interest rate than what you and I could borrow. And, what happened, and the banks know this, is when they bid, actually, a lot of times they'll say, if it's tax exempt, it's this amount, if it's not, it's something higher. But it's always been tax exempt. I prepare the papers, generally for the banks, whoever it may be, and the city, which is, basically just following Amendment 78, what's required from the city standpoint. And the banks, either accept it or they do their own. I think we had one time that a bank actually did its own on a lease purchase type thing. But it can be for just general revenue. You can't pay salaries and stuff like that. It has to be for structures, improvements, capital improvements.
So essentially, so I'll make sure I'm kind of understanding this too, though. The airport is leveraging funds from us being able to borrow in order for them to hit a threshold where then a grant or whatever it takes over will reimburse. Like you got to hit a certain threshold to be reimbursed, is what you.
Yeah, but once, it's already, the numbers are already there, but once we have spent half of it, then we can start drawing it, but it ain't like the federal. We have to get a reimbursement. This loan is for like 10 to 20 days,
So it's kind of like an in kind. So our $200,000 from the city is helping you get your funds released. And you will pay the city back the $200,000?
Once they get their funding from the grant.
And do you have an estimate on anybody else that's in this to how long it could take?
Every one of them that I've talked to and in the past, and I talked to Jerry Chisholm today, and I talked to our two engineers, and they said most of the time about 10 days. And we're figuring this first bill is going to probably be about 200,000. Well, the whole project is less than 400. So if we take 200,000 and pay the bill, put in for the draw in 10 days, we get the 200,000. It goes right back in the bank. And then there'll never be another 200 because they don't total that. So, get down toward the end.
It's kind of like it's a revolving loan.
Line of credit.
Line of credit.
I get it, but I'm
and
that's a lot of money.
They've got
and
100. They've got
I wanted it to
150,000 in
out
their
there,
account as
but
well.
I also want to understand.
And that brings me to my next question. We're giving them 200,000. Well, we're saying we have 200,000 available. We have a bill of 200,000 when we get reimbursed. Is the airport reimbursing us the 200,000 plus 15 days interest or whatever the interest is accrued? Or is the city paying the interest?
The airport will pay it.
The airport will pay it.
So that's how it would be stated. We're borrowing 200,000 to pay for airport project. They're reimbursing it 200,000 plus interest accrued.
Is there anything in writing? Do you have something drawn up legally yet?
All this is for right now is just to pursue getting some funding from different sources.
But this will be written up.
And then we will come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
We may have to come back in a special meeting.
Okay.
And then we will present what we've come up with as far as the different banks and which ones do you think we need to go with? Kind of like we had to do with the park fund, the park grant. And at that point in time, we'll choose which source we want to go to for that revolving credit amount. We will have a resolution ready at that time and with the wording exactly the way it needs to be. So this is just strictly permission for us. It's just a motion right now. Yeah. Permission for us to, or Mike, or to continue.
It's such
a
an
process.
Me coming into this new, my first thing was let me talk to the contractor and let him hold us for 10 days and we'll go get your money. And
We won't do that.
no, we have to see the canceled check. So it's just an in-out type deal. I mean,
You're dealing with the government.
another situation, the airport almost had enough money to do it ourselves.
Yeah, I
You
don't,
can if you need in kind. I get it. I get it.
I don't foresee it ever going the full amount, 200,000 myself. I just see as
Well,
things come in.
It'd have to be illegal. If they
Well, I know, but you get a $50,000 bill one time, that gets paid, it goes on up to 250% of that, then.
150. They send us 150,
Right.
it's not 50%.
That's right. I get it. Yeah.
So what happens if it comes back 250
Uh,
instead of the 200?
They'll get a $250,000
Yeah.
Refund or reimbursement.
But we haven't,
And we get our
we
200
only have a 200,000 line of credit. Where will that 50,000
50,000
come
from
from?
their account. They got 150 in their account.
That's allowable with this grant?
Okay, let me stop. We got the cart before the horse.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
We're just getting bids.
There's
That's all it
the
is.
paperwork and everything will be,
I understand we're getting bids, but I also want to be clear on,
that's what I'm trying
I
to
want
do.
it to be written out as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
It's everything's usually on the time schedule. You gotta get it done when they're wanting it. We'll get, the bill in for the, whatever it may be. Let's say we need it to be 200,000, if it's 100,000, then we're not gonna get reimbursed that quick until we get, we write a check totaling $200,000. Is that right? 50% of the deal. So what would require us to do that is first we've got to do it for bids. We can't, that amount of money, we've got to bid it out to the banks. So what we're trying to do is get that part out of the picture. That they'll bid out. Doesn't mean that you do the grant. We may not, you will, but I feel pretty comfortable about it. But you've got to do, that's the first step. Didn't cost anything to get bids from the banks. Okay. Once you get that, then you determine which bank gets the business. Once you do that, then the question is, okay, you'll have the aeronautic information, the papers we need to sign for them. Or actually the airport commission would probably sign those. Normally what they do, they have a contract, they have you to sign it, and then they have me to review it to see if you were the proper person to sign it. And the mayor signs too, normally in those cases. Then what happens is that we borrow the money from the bank. You have to approve that. That's another meeting you're gonna be to. You'd be if we don't do it tonight on that, then you're gonna have to do that at another meeting, and then you're gonna have to wait to get who the bid is, who the bank's gonna be, and then you gotta do the paperwork for that. What we're trying to do is save you one meeting because you're here tonight. But you put that on for bids, and if you don't get a bid that you like or you're willing to accept, then you don't accept any of the bids. So that's, so right now what we're trying to do is save at least maybe one council meeting that you'd have to have a special meeting at. Now, if he comes back and he's got a, let's say XYZ Bank is the one you want to go with, and you're needing to write checks at that time, and the paperwork can be signed by the mayor, the manager, generally, as I remember, on the ones I've done, and then you actually borrowed on the line of credit. Most banks don't charge you interest until you actually draw the funds. So,
But that will be brought back to this council before the mayor signs off on it.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, all you're doing tonight is saying, let's go ahead and get that step out of the way, to find out who's gonna loan the money. And I assume you want banks to loan the money. If anybody's got a $200,000. Well, actually, you couldn't do it. It has to be a lending institution. It has to be a FDIC lending institution. But basically what you're doing is trying to find out who you're gonna borrow the money from. And then the next step, will be, do you want to accept that? Now, if everybody came back and said 17% interest, the answer would probably be no. No, we're not gonna do that, even on a short-term basis. I'm being facetious. The banks are not gonna, based on past experience, they're not gonna have an interest rate so high that you're not gonna consider it, at least. But once you get that, you'll have to have a meeting, to take whatever bid that you feel that's appropriate, usually the lowest bid. Although we have had situations before where the lowest bid is not necessarily the lowest bid when you add in all the conditions that they have. So your job and my job is basically, when you get bids in, is make sure we're talking about apples and apples. If we're not, well, then my job is to tell you that it's not apples to apples, it's something different, and then you make the decision. You have to, if you don't take the lowest bid, you have to justify why you did not take the lowest bid. So this step tonight would be just to authorize, Sissy to send out, request for a bid from normally it's the local banks. I always suggest that you do the local banks because, they're all, used to this type of loan. Not every bank is easy to work with, but the banks you've got local are. And usually you get a pretty good rate. Now, from the bank standpoint, is it a good deal? They'll tell you, no, it's not a good deal. They're tying up their money and for 10 days, it's not going to be a whole lot of money for them. They can loan it to somebody else a whole lot better, but they do it because it's a public service type thing. So that's what you wind up having. So I said, the only thing that we need tonight is for you to authorize Sissy to send out bids for up to $200,000 line of credit, for, the building of a hangar on the Carlisle Airport property.
Do I have a motion to do so?
Make a motion to authorize request for bid for up to $200,000 line of credit to help fund the airport building project.
Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Barris Payne,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Elderman.
Yes.
Thank you, sir, for being here and improving our airport. We've got our Parks and Rec. I know y'all are excited to get to this point on the agenda. We have a resolution before you for Fun Park Resolution 397. We have Tina and Childers and Lee Poole, and then I've got Beth to actually start with the Fun Park explanation.
As John said, we've got two grant opportunities ahead of us this evening to do resolutions for, one for the fun park and one for wastewater rehab. We held public hearings for both of these last Thursday. Appreciate those that came and stayed for both of those hearings so that we could keep things moving forward. Based on the feedback from those in attendance and those on social media or emails, we are going to move forward with requesting fun park grant monies to improve our downtown city park. The plan is to have an area specifically for babies, toddlers that might be gated separate from where the big kids play. So that's kind of the direction we're going. And we're hoping to finalize all the details so we can get that submitted before the 20th. And then the water rehab grant is through the Arkansas Community and Economic Development Program and the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission. These two grants together will fund a $500,000 water rehab project.
And
1.5.
Say that again, 1.5 million. $1.5 million. Sorry, it's a little bigger than what I said.
The one tonight is just the 500,000.
The one tonight is just for 500. Thank you. I had part of it right.
You did.
So, and if anybody has any questions, Tanya and Leanne are here, and happy to answer any questions.
and these grants are 100%. There's no fund
No matching funds.
no matching funds required from the city. So it's all for rehab of our water system and sewer systems. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Thank you, baby.
Question for anyone? We've got resolution 397 that Mike will need to read for us to approve. And that's for the fun park. And I will let Mike take on that.
I'll make a motion that we do resolution number 397, first reading.
Resolution.
Resolutions.
You don't have a first reading.
It's just one reading.
Just one reading, just one reading, yeah.
Let me, since we got a new council member, Resolutions are kind of short-term deals. You
It'll
have,
show appendix
you put them on,
I'm looking for 397 right now.
Well, but it's down here below. Appendix C is what you're
Yeah.
looking for.
Okay.
resolutions, take one reading. Ordinances take three. Ordinances are generally laws. Resolutions are generally authorizing people to sign documents or apply for a grant, those type of things. It's short, considered more short-term in nature, where an ordinance is something that's a law, long term. Different. Y'all voted on, put it on reading.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we had a motion and a second. We need to vote on putting on the reading.
All right, what is it again?
We had a motion and a second to put it on to read resolution 397. We don't have to do that.
He reads it and then you make a motion to approve it.
I think right.
Put the cart before the horse. Let's let him read it, and then we'll put a
Yeah,
motion
okay,
in
we'll
to do that.
We'll do that. Resolution number 397, whereas the city of Carlisle, Arkansas recognizes the need to provide public recreation facilities for its local citizens and visitors. And whereas the city of Carlisle wishes to apply for fund park grant funds through Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism to develop a public park at the following location: 201 East Main Street, Carlisle, Arkansas. And whereas the mayor of Carlisle and the city council of Carlisle understands that if granted funds for park development, they must provide land by lease or ownership on which to develop park facilities. And whereas the city of Carlisle, Arkansas will sign a contract agreeing to provide the necessary resources to maintain this park and facilities for a period of 25 years. Now therefore be resolved, City Council of Carlisle, Arkansas hereby authorize the mayor to submit an application to grant funding to the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism to develop a public park. Does it motion, shall it pass?
Now we need the motion to pass the resolution 397.
I make a motion to pass resolution 397.
Mine is.
Hold it for a second. She's got one that says 100 East 4th Street. When I just read says 201 East Main Street. Is that,
Which one's
correct?
Oh, it's that name.
Which one is it?
Do we know?
It's the city park.
It's City Park.
Yeah, but what's
This
the
is,
address?
201, that 201 East Main is where the,
I've got 100 East Main.
I got 100 East 4th Street.
Oh, 4th Street, me too.
it's that one. It's
Yeah.
100 East 4th Street. Yeah.
So what I read, change that.
Yeah, amend that, yeah. Do
100 East 4th Street, Carlisle.
Okay. Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McCain,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Thank you, Ian, for that.
Yeah.
Couldn't figure out where y'all were going.
We're just getting ready to
Go
punch that
next
thing.
to, this is the block grant, and the
Now
other one
we-
is
now we make the
ANRC,
motion for
and
the
we need
resolution.
both of them tonight.
Yeah.
I'll just read it.
And that's for the
Yeah, y'all vote
1.5
on it. We'll do it that way.
Okay, we're gonna read the other one.
So
too.
396. We've got resolution 396 and 398 for the sewer rehab and the block grant. 398 will be for the block grant, but we'll
Got
do the
maintenance plan. We have to read
sewer
that.
grant first, ANRC first. That's resolution 396. Correct.
So,
No. 396 is the block grant, 500,000.
are the next two resolutions that we're reviewing associated with the?
The sewer
Grant.
rehab, the 1.5 billion. Yes.
Are we ready?
196.
Are we ready for 396?
396, this is the 500,000.
Resolution authorizing chief elected official to sign an application for CDBG funds. Resolution number 396 be resolved by the city council, Carlisle, Arkansas. Resolution to be entitled, the resolution authorizing the submittal of an application for ACEDP grant funds to the state of Arkansas, where the city of Carlisle is applying for funds through the Arkansas Community and Economic Development Program, and where it is necessary that certain conditions be met as part of the application requirements. And whereas the city of Carlisle has or will conduct a public hearing and has an active Citizen Participation Plan, Community Development Plan, and as part of the application process have received and considered comments on community development and housing needs and proposed activities. And whereas, as a result of the community development planning activities, the Carlisle City Council has identified, prioritized the community development and housing needs. Now therefore be resolved that the City Council of Carlisle, Arkansas, that the mayor of Carlisle is hereby authorized on behalf of the City of Carlisle to submit an application to the state of Arkansas for grant funds under the community development provisions of the Arkansas Community and Economic Development Program, and to expend funds to accomplish such community development activities if the grant is awarded. We vote
Need a motion to appoint to apply for the grant.
the past resolution number 396.
Pass resolution 396.
I'm making a motion to pass, resolution 396.
Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Yeah, we have one other resolution, number 398, the resolution designating and authorizing the mayor, the clerk, treasurer, and Carlisle Water, wastewater system to execute certain documents in connection with funding and administration administrated by the Arkansas Natural Resource Commission. Whereas the city of Carlisle, Arkansas owns and operates a wastewater system. In order to provide wastewater service to meet the needs of the city and its inhabitants. Whereas the city council has determined that it's the best interest of the city and its inhabitants to apply for assistance from the Arkansas Natural Resources Commission, ANRC, in order to make certain improvements to the system. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of Carlisle, Arkansas, Section 1, the mayor of the city as the signatory agent or the successor of said agent is hereby authorized and directed to make application for assistance administered by the ANRC and to execute when approved by the City Council a bond purchase agreement and instruments issued or made pursuant thereto on behalf of the city from time to time. Section 2, the clerk treasurer of the system as the signatory agent or the successor of the said agent is hereby authorized to execute for on behalf of the city all other documents and certificates required. Shall it pass?
Need a motion to approve resolution number 398.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution number 398.
Wait,
Second.
Chris Davison,
I don't know what, hold. I'm trying, what did this apply to?
the 1 million.
The 1 million,
The who?
the 1 million.
Sure we have.
Y'all should have gotten these.
The 1 million wastewater.
It's a water and sewer treatment facility grant program.
I got you, okay, it throws me off, we reference ARNC in the resolution, but when I look on the form, I don't see a map, that's why.
Well, you see, I put resolution 398 beside that one, so I know which one it's talking about.
Okay,
And then,
all right,
and then
okay.
the other funding source is the CBDG, that's the block grant, and that's the resolution
I
396.
got you, okay, I just want to make sure.
Okay, Chris Davison, Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yeah.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on, we've got code enforcement and we have
Sorry to interrupt you. Did you want me to go over, the parks director?
yes, I'm sorry. I apologize. Yep. I just kind of jumped right over. It's just,
No, you're good.
we got,
I'll make it quick.
Yep.
Mr. Austin Hayes, the park director, sent in his August director's report. He said the dog days of summer are here and fall sport signups are underway. We ended up with 19 players in our 5th and 6th grade tackle team. We're excited about the upcoming season. The boys will suit up for the first time in Des Arc on August 29th for a preseason jamboree. Opening night will be versus Barton at home on September 8th. Carlisle will also be there for the 5th and 6th grade division second round of playoffs on October 27th. Tackle games are played on Tuesday nights from September 8th until October 20th. Our flag signups are ongoing for first through fourth grades. And just got an update from Andrew. We have decent numbers on third and fourth grade. We're still needing some numbers for first and second. So if you know of anybody that hasn't signed up yet, please reach out. We'll have a late sign up on August 24th at the City Park Gym from 5:30 to 7. Cost for the flag players is $40 for the first player, 25 for subsequent players or siblings in the same household. We will play games on a couple Tuesdays before home tackle games and on Saturdays. First and second grade division will be able to play Hazen and Lone Oak. We also will have the option to play in the end of the season tournament with other towns in October. In non-sports related issues, we will let the splash pad continue to be open until at least September 20th, assuming the wet weather continues to be warm. As soon as the weather cools in September, we'll begin deconstructing the smallest T-ball field at Rockefeller Park to expand the parking lot on the southeast corner of the property. We'll also be looking for flag football sponsors. We'll look for 2 sponsors, 1 for each division, or would take 1 sponsor for both divisions. We expect 3 to 4 teams in each age division with 7 non-players on each team. Cost for each division sponsor will be $400. If you need any more information on it, please contact Austin. Go Bison. Thank you, John.
Okay, regarding that one item, the parking lot, he's wanting to convert that one field to, we will need a motion by the council to approve that for him to be able to proceed with that because of past funds that might have been used so that we can have that in a minute. So I need a motion on that.
Do we want to wait until the weather cools?
No, because he's ready to start on it. And what he's telling me, he's already trying to take fences down and do stuff. We need to have that in minutes before we can move
I
forward.
make a motion that we allow Austin to take down that field in the southeast corner and convert it to parking.
Second.
Okay, Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Harris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman. Yes. Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Okay, great. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you.
Sorry, I jumped over you.
No, you're good. I knew Barry would get me though if I didn't get it said.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, we do have, several properties that are being condemned due to, ordinance that, is not being,
Mayor Black, can I run over the report real quick?
okay, well, I was trying to get the worst overturned, not the worst, but the longest.
Okay.
You go ahead.
It's
Go
gonna
ahead
take-
with from,
It's literally gonna take 2 minutes.
that's right,
You
that's
got
right.
2 items.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, report from,
I got you.
from D2.
Okay, municipal service report. So we've been in discussion about a new chipper. It's scheduled to be delivered September 11th. David provided a list of items that's going on govdeals.com. We got 15 items that he needs direction on whether we as a city plan to keep them or if he needs to put them on the website for sale. So I don't know that we need to discuss it immediately, but in the list he's given, we need to, I guess, take a look at it before the next working session and be able to.
Are any of these still in operation? Are they still using them, or are they just getting to where they're needing to be appreciated out?
I mean, yeah, some of it doesn't need, some of the items don't work. So yeah, so it's one of those things. I think most of it is decommissioned, but you want to double check before you put it.
I think we just vote, do a motion again to let him go ahead and put these in, to be sold, unless y'all see anything there that we need to hold up on.
I mean, it's stuff him and his team would have, if they needed to use, I would assume he'd have been like, well, we're gonna keep this.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
It's here and he's got it on the list. I don't see why we need to keep it.
Do we need to make a motion? Make a motion to allow street and sewer to list the unused items on govdeals.com.
I second it.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yeah.
Ann Anderson.
Yes.
Harris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Okay, now moving on to, these resolutions, condemn properties that have not, based on ordinance 246, they have not been in compliance with this ordinance, and, as a city, we have a right to condemn these properties for us to be able to move on and get them cleaned up and taken care of, because the owners are not doing that. So, Mike's gonna read how we want to do each one individually and vote
Says the
individually. Is
same
that what
thing.
we're gonna do?
They say the same thing, right? Just
Yeah, they say the same thing.
Except for the, legal description.
Yeah, if you'll let me, it's the same resolution for each one. Verbiage is the same, except for the description of where the property is and the property owner. If you,
So it'd be the fourth paragraph is the only thing that's different of each resolution.
yeah,
which
I'll read
states-
the whole thing on one, and then if it's all right, if y'all okay with it, then we'll just read on the other ones, the legal description.
So I have a question. Do people reside in these homes? Are they abandoned?
Some of them is just property, some of them is abandoned, some of them are, I don't know if you'd call them occupied, but they are to the point where they need to be condemned to not be occupied. That happened to the house across the street from me. It was condemned because had black mold in it. So it's just it is a nuisance based on this ordinance that we have. And they have been giving citation after citation, get it cleaned up, get it taken care of. They have not taken care of it. Now this gives the city permission to come in and condemn the property, grants us access. Before we didn't have access. Now this grants us access to get it cleaned up.
The mayor hit it right. Basically, our procedure is that, David will issue, citations. And it's, notification, usually it says something like you got 30 days to clean it up, or it may be shorter than that, but I think it's 30 days. And if they don't clean it up, then under, ordinance number 246, you can actually condemn the property. Now, when you condemn it, basically what you're saying is that we're gonna tear it down, if you don't do it, and then we're gonna bill you for what it costs to do it. Most of the times what happens though, you wind up putting it on their, property tax bill. A lot of times you have, property that needs to be condemned that people may live in Alaska, for example, and you're not gonna ever get them here to do anything. It's basically abandoned property. So what we've done, lately is that, David will send out, all the, citations he's done to them, along with the resolution, and then it's brought before the court. And then the court, the judge was here. We should have done this when she was here. What the judge generally does is has David to do photographs of what the property looks like, and it's brought before the judge. Well, procedure generally is you come to court, you plead guilty or not guilty the first time you're in court. If you plead either way, normally what the judge does is says, okay, we're going to pass this for 30 days. And I'm going to have the code enforcement officer to take photographs 30 days from now. And if I see that you've made substantial improvements or you fixed it, then the case will be dismissed. The judge also has the power to assess a fine of so much per day, like $100, $200 a day on that. And so the carrot on the stick is that basically you've got 30 days to clean up, or the judge is going to take some action. It's either going to be a substantial, you're talking about 30 days at $200 a day, that's pretty substantial for most people. So you're going to have a fine, plus you're still going to clean it up. And that's what I think we found that works a little bit better than just doing a citation. If that doesn't work, then you do the resolution, and then you have a court hearing, they go before a judge, and the judge determines whether or not they want to assess the big fine, or at that point, the city's already condemned it. And if the city wants to, normally the city has to pay the money to clean it up. And then you assess on their taxes, their property taxes, what it costs to clean it up. Y'all make the decision of, how much money it is. The issue that we run into a lot of times is that you're not condemning the best property for houses in town. Generally, you're condemning, property that people don't care about, really.
So
By
are
absentee,
rent
by
store
absentee.
properties all owned by the same person?
No.
Okay,
When I read it, you'll see different names.
okay.
All right.
As I recall, I had a constituent call me about the tree on the trailer
Yeah,
that wanted it cleaned up,
yeah.
and we got that thing cleaned
I
up. Don't
saw
have
it.
to dim
Yes,
it
you
first.
did.
So that's
That's
an example, that's example of
There you
what,
go.
what we're doing here.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, the first one's, resolution number 389. I'll read it in its entirety. Resolution condemning the property at 1002 East Durkee Street within the city of Carlisle, Arkansas, pursuant to Carlisle City Ordinance number 246, whereas Arkansas Code annotated 1456-203 provides that cities of the first class shall have the power to order the removal or raising of, or to remove or raise any buildings or houses that, in the opinion of this council, have been dilapidated, unsightly, unsafe, unsanitary, obnoxious, or detrimental to the public welfare. And whereas Arkansas Code annotated 1456-203 furthermore provides that said cities of the first class shall provide by ordinance the manner of removing and making the above referenced removals. And whereas on May 23rd, 2002, City of Carlisle enacted Carlisle City Ordinance number 246, the effect of which was to provide for the condemnation and removal of houses, buildings, and other structures constituting a nuisance within the corporate limits, providing for a lien thereon, and providing a penalty therefore. Whereas pursuant to requirements contained in Carlisle City Ordinance number 246, Carlisle City Council wishes and desires to pass a resolution condemning the houses, buildings, and or structures on the property at 1002 East Durkee Street, more particularly described as Lono County Parcel 731-90184-000, that part of the northeast corner of Section 22, Township 2 North, Range 7 West of the 5th Principal Meridian, Lono County, Arkansas, beginning at a point 1002-27. It's probably gonna be a period there. 1/4 east of the southwest corner of the southeast quarter of Section 22, Township 2 North, Range 7 West, and running east 62 feet, then north to a point 20 feet south of the center of the road bed of the CRIP Railroad Company. This west 62 feet, this south to the place of beginning, which in fact constitute nuisances to the city of Carlisle and the citizens. Whereas the council, where the property here condemned is affecting the citizens of the city of Carlisle, is in violation of said citizens' rights to lawfully use and enjoy their properties. And furthermore, constitute an unreasonable, unwarranted use of property, producing a material annoyance, inconvenience, and discomfort to the citizens of the city of Carlisle. Now therefore be resolved that the property heretofore described in this resolution, together with the houses, buildings, and or structures thereon, is hereby found declared to be a nuisance by the city council, city of Carlisle, Arkansas, and same shall be, and is hereby condemned to ensure and the removal thereof as provided in Carlisle City Ordinance number 246.
No, you've got the old one.
I do. That's fine.
We needed to.
Yeah, let me.
Owned by.
That's what I thought. I picked up
I'll give you all the new ones.
Okay, good deal.
So I'll just let you have.
All right, changing the descriptions, 1002 East Durkee Street, owned by Stephen and to TERISA Woodall, and then more particularly described as, and was that the description?
That was the description you gave, yeah.
Yeah, that's, what we did, we changed the resolution that was presented a couple of councils, so I wanted to put the name of the people in there.
That actually own the property.
They actually own the
Yeah,
property.
so, okay, gotcha.
Okay.
So we need a motion to approve this, and then we'll have a motion just to read the description of the property, who owns it, which would be the fourth paragraph down of the resolve, rest of the ordinances. Okay, need that motion. And also a motion, second motion to approve doing the reading of just the others, shouldn't we?
I thought we
Yeah,
already
this
did
is
that.
good.
Okay.
Did we already do that?
Well, everybody said okay. on
Need a motion to
it.
pass.
We need a motion to pass.
We need to
the way
motion to pass this right now.
I make a motion to pass resolution 389.
I'll second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Paris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yeah.
Okay, resolution number 390, is the same, except the description's difference. 820 Francis Street and 821 Francis Street, owned by Anthony James Montgomery and Audie Montgomery, more particularly described as Lonoc, County parcel number 731-10213-001 and 731-10213-002 and 731-10214-007, part of the southwest quarter of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, more particularly described as follows. Beginning at the northeast corner of the southwest quarter of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, then west 53 and a third rods, then south 2,594 feet for a point beginning, thence west 125 feet, then south 50 feet, thence east 125 feet, thence north 50 feet to the point of beginning, and part of the southwest quarter of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, more particularly described as follows, beginning at the northeast corner of the southwest quarter, section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, this west 53 and a third rods, then south 2,594 feet, thence west 124 feet for a point of beginning, then south 50 feet, thence west 125 feet, thence north 50 feet, thence east 125 feet to the point of beginning, which in fact constitute nuisance to the city of Carlisle. But we have a motion to pass ordinance number 390 if you don't have any questions.
Make a motion to pass resolution 390.
Second it.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson, Paris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman, Mary Edelman.
Okay, ordinance number, resolution number 391, resolution condemning the property at 817 Francis Street within the city of Carlisle, Arkansas, pursuant to our Carlisle City Ordinance number 246. Description, buildings and structures on property at 817 Francis Street, owned by Kenneth Phillips, more particularly described as Lonoc County parcel number 731-10214-004 and 731-10214-009. The south half of the following described property, part of the southwest quarter of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, more particularly described as follows, beginning at the northeast corner of the southwest quarter, section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, thence west 53 and a third rods, then south 2,444 feet for a point of beginning, then south 100 feet, thence west 125 feet, thence north 100 feet, thence east 125 feet to the point of beginning, which in fact constitutes a nuisance to the city of Carlisle and its citizens. Shall ordinance, resolution number 391 pass?
Motion that we pass the resolution number 391.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Paris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Do a couple more. Resolution number 392, resolution condemning the property at 815 Francis Street within the city of Carlisle, Arkansas, pursuant to Carlisle City Ordinance number 246. Buildings and structures on the property at 815 Francis Street owned by Audie James Montgomery, more particularly described as Lonoc County parcel number 731-10214-008. The north half of the following described property, part of the southwest quarter of the section township 22, township, section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, Lonoc County, Arkansas, more particularly described as follows, beginning at the northeast corner of the southwest quarter, section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, then west 53 and a third rods, then south 2,444 for a point beginning, then south 100 feet, then west 125 feet, then north 100 feet, then east 125 feet to the point beginning, which in fact constitute nuisances in the city of Carlisle and its citizens. The ordinance, resolution number 392 passed.
Make a motion pass resolution 392.
Second.
Chris Davidson,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Resolution number 393, a resolution condemning the property at 809 South Francis Street, owned by Audie James Montgomery and Terry Montgomery, more particularly described as Lonoke County parcel number 731-10214-000, part of the southwest quarter of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, more particularly described as follows, beginning at the northeast corner of the southwest quarter of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west. That's west 53 1/3 yard. It's south 2,394 feet for the point of beginning. It's south 50 feet. It's west 250 feet. It's north 50 feet. It's east 250 feet to the point of beginning, also being known as part of lots 12 and 15, block 2, Nation and Loftus, which in fact constitute nuisances in the city of Carlisle and its citizens. Need a motion to pass resolution 393.
Make a motion, we pass resolution number 293.
Second. Chris Davidson,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Resolution number 394, a resolution condemning the property at 812 Stanley Street, owned by Frederick Zimmerman, more particularly described as Lonoke County parcel 731-10211-001, lot 16, block 2, Nation and Loftus Edition, town of Lonoke County, town of Carlisle, Lonoke County, Arkansas, which in fact constitutes nuisances to the city of Carlisle. I need a motion to pass resolution 394.
Make a motion for resolution, pass, resolution 394 pass.
Chris Davidson,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman, Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Resolution 400, a resolution condemning the property at 403 Willard D. Lewis Street within the city of Carlisle, Arkansas, pursuant to Carlisle City Ordinance number 29246, on property owned by Claude Hampton Cooney, Michael Dwayne Cooney, Charles Edward Cooney, Clem Allen Cooney, and Jacqueline Delois Cooney, more particularly described as Lonoke County parcel 730-02606-000, lots 5, 6, 7, and 8, block 26, town of Carlisle, Arkansas, which in fact constitute nuisances to the city of Carlisle and its citizens. Need a motion to approve resolution 400. I need a vote, motion.
Motion to approve resolution number 400.
Chris Davidson,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman, Mary Edelman.
Resolution number 401, a resolution condemning property at 705 South Greenlaw within the city of Carlisle, Arkansas, pursuant to city ordinance number 246, owned by Don Gates, more particularly described as Lonoke County parcel 731-90195-002, a tract of land located in part of the southwest quarter of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, Lonoke County, Arkansas, being more particularly described as follows, commencing at the southwest corner of section 22, township 2 north, range 7 west, then it's north 504 feet, then it's east 250.75 feet, then it's north 376 feet, thence east 151.69 feet to the point of beginning, thence east 41.56 feet, thence south 100 feet, thence east 150 feet, thence south 276 feet, thence west 191.56 feet, thence north 376 feet to the point of beginning and containing 1.3 acres more or less, which in fact constitutes nuisances to the city of Carlisle and its citizens. Need a motion to approve resolution 401.
Second. Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Resolution number 402, a resolution condemning the property at 102 Center Avenue within the city of Carlisle, Arkansas pursuant to City Carlisle Ordinance number 246, owned by Bancorp South Bank, more particularly described as Lonoke County Parcel 730-11013-001, the south 50 feet of lots 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, Block 10, Alexander Heights addition to the city of Carlisle, Arkansas, Lonoke County, which in fact constitutes nuisances to the city of Carlisle and its citizens. I have a motion for approving resolution 402.
Make a motion to pass resolution 402.
Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
Yes.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman, Mary Edelman.
Yes.
Okay, that's the end of the resolutions.
What else? Got one more.
Bada bing, bada boom. Um, okay, moving on. We've got emergency services, animal control. I think Chief Smith passed out those things, and I believe chairman of that is council member McLean, and he will pass these out. Fire report, dispatch activity statuses.
Yeah, I don't,
Everybody got those?
I spoke with Melissa with animal control, nothing to report. I think she said that the dog pound's full and they got about 5 dogs that's gonna be adopted. Chief Smith said there's nothing to report, but what I passed out is pamphlets for reports for the month of July to the council from the fire department and the police department. However, I did speak with Chief Leo. Like they had about 33 calls last month. And I want to say they about 28 calls thus for this month. So that's about it.
Any questions or direction back to council member McLean? Everybody good?
Yeah, Chris, did you send a separate email on the report being the call outs like they always are versus the new
Yeah.
grass?
You said what?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I can send it out to you.
Okay. Well, no, I thought, I assumed you did.
I
it's just
thought I
not printed
did.
out.
Yeah, I thought I
Okay.
did, yeah.
I think it came out in a separate email.
Okay, yeah, I will.
Yeah. So I know you seen the report like this in a graph, but the separate emails. The one we normally
Yeah.
call out here, so.
All right, moving on to item 10, budget, tax and finance. Chair Anderson, you have anything to report there? I've got a resolution. Last but not least, resolution. But if you've got something to present, and
The legislative officers are still been here 2 to 3 weeks trying to get finished up, hopefully in the next week, maybe.
25
Hopefully.
city audit.
Yeah, and they trying to get all of the old reoccurring numbers that keep popping up year after year after year and adding to, trying to get those wrote off. And they want us to pass a resolution authorizing them to balance the water and sewer to the general fund. And, but they need us to make a resolution allowing them to do so. But it's at their suggestion. It's more or less to clean up figures on the ledgers that you usually would do year after year after year, but they just rolled them over until they've accumulated to this amount. So.
That being said, I have resolution number 399, which will adjust and remove certain historical interfund balances as a result of findings in the 2018 through 2023 audits arising from accounting practices and transactions occurring prior to January 1st, 2024. So what Ann was saying is any findings we had in 2024 was due to this not being balancing. That's the only finding we had. And they're saying if we adjust and remove those past errors, 25 audits should have no findings. So I think this is something that we really need to look at. So I'm going to read the full resolution. And
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but since Tina wasn't here for our work session, can you brief her on why we're doing this letter? Just so when we get to the approval part, she's aware.
Well, that's what
I've read it. It doesn't quite explain what we talked about. Are you able to explain it maybe in a short?
Well, it's to adjust previous findings in our 2018 through 2023 audits that were arise from accounting practices and transactions occurring that were errors, basically occurring prior to January 1st of 24. Of course, me being here the longest, I guess, of everybody, they were just reoccurring errors. And in fact, when Sissy came on in 23, May of 23, we were defaulted on our audits from 2018 through 2023. So it's taken us really up until 2024 to get those all caught up. And 24 was the first year we were able to have a clean audit, except for the past audits that were defaulted. And
when you say reoccurring errors, what are we talking about? Give me an example.
So, for instance, water and sewer was collecting the water bills or the water payments, right?
Okay.
Spraying and mosquito spraying and trash pickup, everything was good. But we were paying those bills for the waste pickup and the spraying out of general funds. And sewer, I'm saying in that time frame, those funds were never correctly reconciled to the correct fund.
They should have gone back.
Sewer and water when they did the audit, sewer and water has that amount more than what they should have, and it should have been in general fund. So instead
hold on. So you're saying sewer and water had a surplus?
Yes.
But it should have been in the general fund?
Right.
Why?
It was on the books that way.
So who put it in the wrong place?
Whoever the clerk was in 2018.
Treasurer, the previous treasurer.
Treasurer in 2018.
From 18 to 23.
Okay.
Stuff wasn't posted correctly.
Okay.
So it's on our books.
So you're going to be moving X amount of dollars from the water sewer to the general fund? Is that my understanding?
So the auditor's recommendation was, instead of moving a bunch of money now and trying to balance books back to 18, was do this resolution stating that moving forward, all these will be done correctly, and that there's an understanding of what was occurred previously.
Just
So it's zero.
Adjust it all.
We're not moving.
So there's no money being
There's no
moved
money
around.
being transferred around.
Okay. All right. Thank
Actually,
you.
I've got another explanation. I may be wrong, so you correct me if I am. you know, you had the monies in those different categories.
Mhm.
And each year you do a budget based on the monies that you've got in there. What I think they're telling us, because I was there at the meeting and it is kind of confusing to say the least, but I think what they said basically is because those were budgeted in those particular categories and spent in those particular categories because of the balances there, that rather than going back and trying to transfer funds from those accounts to other accounts, just say King's X. You don't have to do, you don't have to do that. There's no reason to do it. It's basically taking your money out of your right hand, putting your left hand. You know, that's the way.
What kind of money are we talking about though?
On the books, it showed about $133,000.
$133,000.
3 different funds. And it basically it was just not posted correctly and not its interfunds balances. It didn't balance. But now they're balanced.
So
Starting in 20.
what this is saying is that 133,000.
It's accounted for, it's just not in the right account.
Well, if I have an account at home and Rich Hillman tells me it goes in the housing and I'm over here spending it at TJ Maxx, guess what? That's not right.
But it's been going on since 2018. And
Okay, let's make it right.
that's what we're trying to do, is to make this
I
so
don't,
that the past accounting practices, that the auditors are saying, we understand what your problem is.
Mhm.
It will be a reoccurring problem and a finding from now on unless we do this
that
adjustment.
it's a finding, but why do you not put it in the correct account?
Cause it would break bankrupt water and sewer.
There's my answer. My heart's beating really fast.
Well, if you look back through it, it's probably water and sewer used the money for city's purposes.
Right.
And the issue that you have is that you either, I mean, it's really an advantage to the people in the city because water and sewer are rates that can be
Does this
raised.
have to be voted on tonight?
Yes.
Because I gotta sleep on it. Why does it have to be voted on tonight? Or is somebody coming to take this from me
The
tomorrow?
auditors are here, and if we don't get this passed, then we'll have another finding for 2025, and it could jeopardize all.
But don't they give you a grace period?
They did from 2018 to 2023. They said we should have done that for 2024.
Every year when the auditors come, there's
And I'm not trying to be difficult, y'all. I have a kindergarten mind, a
Let me-
pre-K
okay,
mind.
let me-
I'm trying to
every
understand.
year when the auditors come, they give the treasurer adjustments that need to be made to the books.
Okay.
From 2018 to 23, those adjustments were never done.
Okay.
So it's rolled over, and this money just keeps rolling over, making it look like that the money's there somewhere, but it's actually not. It's just adjustments that should have been made to the books that were never made. And what this is doing one big adjustment and taking it off the books. Does that make sense?
It makes it. I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with it. So we can vote, and there you go.
I mean, keep in mind, the way I understood it is the recommendation was from the auditor. It's not like it's not being pulled out thin air. The auditor is saying, listen, you do it this way.
But are we having
understand.
issues with the water and sewer right now? We are. And
What issues?
No, we're not having water and sewer issues.
well, Mr. Kilgore spoke tonight about his issues that he's having. I mean, I'm coming in. You're asking me to forgive $133,000 that's been in the wrong account. And you're wanting me to just run through this because the auditor's here. Well, where is he? Do they come during the day? Can I sit down and talk to them?
Yeah, they were here before we came.
What?
We need to,
Well, shut up, Jerry. Can you mow my
We
yard?
don't need any comments from the.
Okay.
We need
hold
to
those off
vote on
after
this,
the meeting.
and if you wanna vote no, that's fine, but we
Okay.
need to vote no
Okay.
on.
I got you.
Oh, you wanna read it, me? Excuse me, Cindy. Resolution number 399, a resolution authorizing the adjustment and removal of certain historical interfund balances owned by the Water and Sewer Fund to the General Fund and Street Fund arising from accounting practices and transactions occurring prior to January 1st, 2024, and for other purposes. Where the city of Carlisle maintains separate funds for the county administration of municipal revenues and expenditures, including the General Fund, Street Fund, Water and Sewer Fund. And whereas the city has undergone a review of its financial records and accounting practices in preparation for and in connection with recent legislative audits and independent audits, and whereas the city prior audits identified historical balances reflected as amounts owed by the Water and Sewer Fund to the General Fund and Street Fund. Whereas the balances resulted from transactions, transfers, expenditures, and accounting practices occurring during periods prior to January 1st, 2024, under prior administration accounting procedures. And whereas the city has determined that the historical records do not provide sufficient documentation to accurately determine the specific nature, person, or appropriate repayment methodology for all the amounts reflected as interfund balances. And whereas the city has taken steps beginning January 1st, 2024 to improve the accounting financial reporting of interfund transactions, including more timely transfers and improved coding, monthly review of fund balances, and procedures designed to ensure that revenues and expenditures are recorded in the appropriate fund. And whereas the city council finds that continuing to carry historical balances that cannot be adequately substantiated or reconciled creates inaccurate or misleading financial records and does not provide a reasonable representation of the city's current financial condition. Whereas the city council desires to establish January 1st, 2024 as a beginning point for maintaining accurate and supportable interfund accounting records and to correct the city's financial records for historical balances arising from accounting practices and transactions occurring before that date. And whereas the city council recognizes that any adjustment authorized by this resolution intended solely as an accounting adjustment of historical interfund balances and shall not authorize or approve any future transfer or expenditure of water and sewer revenues for purposes not otherwise permitted by law. And whereas the city council further desires that all future transfers between municipal funds be properly authorized and documented, recorded, and made in accordance with the applicable Arkansas law, city ordinances, resolutions, budgets, and generally accepted governmental accounting principles. Now therefore be resolved that City Council of the City of Carlisle, Arkansas, Section 1, the City Council hereby acknowledges, recognizes historical interfund balances reflected in the city's accounting records as amounts owned by the Water and Sewer Fund to the General Fund and Street Fund that arose from accounting practices, transactions, and fund activity occurring prior to January 1st, 2024. Section 2, upon review and recommendation by the city auditor, accounting professional, and subject to review by the city attorney, the city clerk treasurer is authorized and directed to make the appropriate accounting entries necessary to remove, adjust, or otherwise properly resolve the historical interfund balances attributed to periods prior to January 1st, 2024, including amounts reflected as owned by the Water and Sewer Fund to the General Fund and Street Fund. Section 3, the amount of the adjustment shall be based upon the city's financial reconciliation of historical interfund balances and the supporting documentations available from the city's accounting records, prior audits, bank records, and other available financial documentation. Section 4, the adjustment authorized by this resolution not be construed as authorizing the transfer, diversion, or expenditure of current water and sewer revenues for general fund or street fund purposes. The purpose of this resolution is to correct and reconcile historical accounting balances that arose prior to January 1st, 2024. Section 5, beginning January 1st, 2024, thereafter, the city shall maintain accurate records of all the interfund transactions and any transfer, reimbursement, loan, or other transaction between the Water and Sewer Fund, General Fund, Street Fund, or any other city fund shall be properly authorized, documented, and budgeted when required and recorded in the appropriate fund. Section 6, the city clerk treasurer is authorized to coordinate city's independent auditor and or accounting service provided to determine the appropriate accounting treatment and general entries necessary to implement the resolution and to ensure that the city's financial records accurately reflect the approved adjustment. Section 7, nothing contained in this resolution shall be construed to waive, release, or compromise any legal enforceable obligation of the city unless specifically authorized by the applicable law. This resolution is intended to address historical accounting practices that cannot be adequately substantiated or reconciled, and to establish accurate beginning balances for the city accounting financial records. Section 8, all resolution ordinances, policies, or portions thereof in conflict with this resolution are hereby repealed or modified only to the extent of such conflict. Section 9, this resolution shall be effective immediately upon its adoption.
I have another question. When is this audit due?
They're working on it right now.
The 25.
So what I asked you,
Into 25,
in 20,
into 26.
in a
Or is
26,
it
so
No, it's 18 months.
I am making a motion to table this until I know more about it.
Need a second?
Second.
Chris Davison,
Yes.
Andrew Silverman,
Yes.
Ann Anderson,
No.
Ferris McLean,
Yes.
Tina Hillman,
Yes.
Mary Owens.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to personnel, had a question from Chris Davis about pending hires. I've got that information if you want. Yeah. He was wanting to know about any pending hires that we have. We have no pending hires at this time. There's no vacancies. All the police force is fully, up to snuff, I guess you'd say, or
Fully staffed.
fully staffed. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Expected retirements, resignations, terminations. We've had 3 from the municipal services resign: Colton Barkley, Jamie Cook, and Gabe Ford. And superintendent hired Caden Bayless, Colby Watson, and Corin Curlett for those in those positions. So we've lost 3, gained the same 3 back. And that's all that we know as far as expected retirements, none, resignations. Who knows when that happens? For terminations, there's nobody supposed to be terminated that I'm aware of. So that's that.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anything else from the council?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second, any second?
Do you have any questions at the end?
We can,
You've already adjourned.
limited. We've been here 2 hours, 2.5 hours almost.
You need the 130,000 from the water and sewer that you couldn't pay, it was bankrupt. Water and sewer, how much money does water and sewer have?
I believe, let's see.
What if you had a well break? Where would you get the money?
Pardon?
I mean, you have to have a reserve in the account if something major happens. You can't just take all their money.
I mean, you would post it to the wrong account.
But it was so many years ago.
It's been accumulating.
Water and sewer checking has $278,500. Yes, they've got $130,000 there, but as she said, we will not pull that from that because
In the budget.
it's not in the budget, for one thing.
Not in the budget. I worry about budget all the time.
Okay, thank you. Anybody else? Meeting adjourned.